I went to Mexico last week and I was fishing with the Tricer guys.
Uh-huh.
And dude, it was like that's when I knew I was fully cooked. It was like anytime I would sit down, didn't matter if it was in the truck with huge potholes everywhere, in the boat friggin' slamming waves, I would just be sleeping, sitting up, like falling over and stuff. And then we got here, dude, and anytime we'd hike up to like, different knobs to glass, I would glass for like 15 minutes and then just be friggin' sawing logs a couple.
5 minutes.
So, yeah, I've been so cooked, but we're restarted now on the pod. So we have audio. We got Vince, absolute legend of the show, good-looking guy here. Nice guy. I know him possibly better than anybody. But what I want to know about is this deer, okay? We filled Brianna in, 169 and change buck with the bow.
169, we'll call him 170.
Hunting with the pops.
Yeah.
I did watch the video. It's on your YouTube channel, Mesa Outdoors.
Yes, sir.
People can check that out. But tell me the story. I never got to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, so make a long story short, that day was that the day before New Year's Eve. Went out, where the bucks were rutting. We were seeing bucks pretty much all day long. We put between my dad and I, there's probably 3 or 4 stalks. And even in that morning, I put a stalk on a buck in that same wash that I ended up shooting that buck in. And hunted all day, chased bucks around all day, had some opportunities, didn't connect. And at the end, we're like, oh, well, let's just go check that spot. We had maybe 45 minutes left of light. And we're like, let's just see if any bucks have moved back in. And we pulled up, just glassing off the quad, just checking out this spot for probably maybe 10, 20 minutes. And I just see this big white butt right below chasing a doe. All I saw was his butt. And I was like, okay, that's a good deer. That's got to be a buck.
So he was,
And
he was pretty thick, you would say.
he was thick.
He was packing
some
a
cheeks
dumpy.
on.
Okay, nice.
The big dumper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Cal Raleigh. I love it.
Big dumper. And I just threw the binos up real quick, and I saw the rack through the ocotillos. I just was like, big buck. And I took off running with the bow was already, out of the case on the quad. So I took off running. Old man's right behind me. And like I said, I put a stalk in that wash before. So I kind of knew what it looked like on the other side if he were to pop out. It was pretty open, or at least a little bit more open. So I get to that spot, and I stop in that little clearing, and I just was panning, and I just see that rack looking right at me at 60 yards. Dad's behind me, ranges him. As soon as I go to draw back, he takes off back and down into that wash, comes up the other side. And I figured, okay, he's at least maybe 80, 90. So I was getting ready to dial, and my dad's like, 104. I'm like, I got a 105. Point. He just drew back, and I was a little shaky. So I was like, okay, maybe if I go to like my knees or something, like I'll be a little bit more stable. And as soon as I did that, I was rock solid.
Nice.
And the craziest thing was that 60 pin I have, or that slider pin, is green. And my Luminoc is green as well. So when I shot, I had that pin right where I wanted it. And I just watched that arrow literally hit right where that green pin was.
Wow.
And he probably ran, 20 yards, stumbled, got back up, ran another 20, 30 yards, stumbled, and then we lost him. And we just kind of sat there and waited for a little while. And my dad's like, I see your buck. He's up. I was like, oh, shit. Like, that deer's still standing? I thought he was cooked, And so that deer ended up going down into the wash. We're like, okay, we'll back out, come back in the morning. And literally right where that deer last saw him, he was down right
Oh, no, I think I did hear this story at some point, because I remember hearing how you went back, and then he didn't end up actually going anywhere.
Yeah. And I was
I
worried,
remember
too,
this.
because at that distance, you're like, hey, did I get enough penetration? Like, did I get deep enough in there to do some damage? It's a problem I always have,
Always.
And,
Yeah.
Things can relate.
That's why I use those beast broadheads. Like, penetrate deep.
Luckily, you sent me those a little bit before then. Dude, I almost got a complete pass-through.
Yeah. It was a pinwheel, right?
Yeah.
Good shot.
Right through the shoulder, and it was on the opposite shoulder sticking out.
Nice.
So, at that distance, getting that much penetration, I was pretty impressed, and that's what I've been using ever since.
What a great shot, huh?
Yeah.
Far shot.
Yeah.
I don't like to shoot that far, but sometimes it's what you got,
Pretty much.
That's what I always say, like, bow hunting for me, I love to get close. That's like my favorite thing is stalking in super tight. But sometimes the best you could do, you stalk, and it's like, well, it's 81 and I got no more cover. He knows something's up. Like, I'm cooked. It's either I do the 81 or we'll try again, you know, and if you feel comfortable and the wind's not too bad and whatever, and you've been practicing, you know, that's the thing. It's all about preparation. People get sometimes a little like panties in a bunch about shooting at distance, but really it comes down to not every shooter's the same. Like it so much comes down to your preparation, your practice, your setup, and then of course conditions. You know, like if it's flat ground and it's dead out, you know, you shoot far, you know.
Exactly.
But if it's 40-mile-an-hour winds on the top of one of these ridges, bro, you're lucky to shoot past 30. You know what I mean? Like, so it's always just dependent. But yeah, I was so pumped when I saw the picture of that buck because I know you guys have, you know, been trying the bow hunt for a few years.
Yeah, down there for sure.
And it's a tough hunt, you know.
It's hard.
And to pull it off on such a dandy. And that was your guys' first one with the bow, right?
Yep.
That's awesome.
First buck down there at the bow
Yeah.
for the both of us. But shout out to my dad on that one because he was on my ass about getting on the bow, like leading up to that. So like that whole probably month and a half before then, him and I were going out and shooting quite a bit. I was shooting by myself quite a bit. And then he just kept on telling me, you need to shoot long range, like 20 or 60. Because I'm like the same way. I like to get close, like with the bow at least. You know, I mean, yeah, it's doable with that is extended ranges, but typically you want to get pretty close to them, you know, if you can. But my dad was like, you need to stretch it out. You need to stretch it out. There's some, you know, because a lot of that stuff's pretty open.
Yeah.
I mean, there's brush, you know, don't get me wrong, but there's potential for a lot of long shots. So I was shooting a lot of basically maxing myself out to like 105. So that's how I knew, like, okay, 105s, that's I'm capped, like no further than that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I hear stories of guys shooting deer out to 110, 120 in Arizona, you know, and you're like, phew, like, I couldn't even imagine shooting that far.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it really, like, just comes down to how much you've been practicing and also, like, your shooting skill. Not everyone's the same talent of shooter, but my thing is, too, like, a lot of times at those real far shots, it's like, generally you're going to, hopefully your misses are going to be more up and down rather than left and right. So even if you miss by a couple yards, I mean, you probably just hit under them or over them, you know? Because the worst is obviously hitting something and like farming and wounding it, you know. But yeah, I was so pumped that you crushed that deer, and you know, it was a good year out there. I got that Coos whitetail. It was 79-inch, I think, if I remember. So I was pumped on that. It was my biggest one yet. Cool hunt. I mean, ours was a little different because the Coos live up high, you know. But yeah, I ended up shooting them 46, I think it was. So, you know, nice shot. But a Coos deer is, you know, small target. You know, almost like
I love
some of the ones out here. Like, granted, we haven't seen any gollywompers yet or anything. Nothing more than forks. But these deer are tiny looking.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I put my pin on it. I'm like, covers a lot of that deer.
Well, you shot a lot of mule deer, so you know, as soon as you saw your first Coos deer that you shot, you're like, holy smokes, huh? Like, this is
they're like
quarter of the size
compared to like when you see like what, because I'd seen regular whitetail, and then seeing my first mule deer, and of course, you know, this one's not going to put down like a little mule deer. I'll go out on any mule deer. You want to pass on that mule deer? I'll go. You want to pass? I'll go. I'll go on any mule deer. But here you can let go if you'd like, or would you like to keep? I don't know. Your hand looked uncomfortable.
You know that I love passing the mic.
You do. I find it's very annoying, but
no, it looks cool.
But when we walked up to his first mule deer, and I imagine like 170, that one probably looked pretty dang similar then to the size of this one, and I was like, I think I whispered in like under my breath, but I was holding the camera so it caught it. I was like, holy shit. It was like the size of a small cow. Like actually a small cow. It was that big. It's not even an exaggeration. Like when you see a fully mature grown mule deer, they're massive.
I always say it's like a horse with horns, those damn things. Because they're just all barreled stomach, you know, and then they got these big old long legs. You're
like it didn't even resemble a deer to me when I saw it. Like other than it having antlers, like just the size of its neck, the size of its face, like nothing about it to me resembled what I resembled deer as. I was like, is this thing identify as something else or what? You know, like, and small elk, I don't know, but they are huge. But out here, not as huge, which makes further shots a wee bit trickier to put your pin on. Yeah. Out here, how do you enjoy hunting out here?
A little mix of everything, spot and stalk. We do have quite a few tree stands set up, ground blinds, and then you can do a little bit of road dogging if you need to. You
Loved it. I loved it.
If you're cooked, you've been hunting hard, and you're like, I need to put the Lamborghinis away for a little bit. You just get in the Dodge and just, you know.
Yeah, it's so James loves, I won't say we yet. James loves a certain area, and it's a lot of little hill hopping, and I always crapped on that spot because I'm just like, there's no big deer here. And I think the biggest, if not the second biggest fork and horn we've seen so far, we saw it there the other day, and it's like, maybe I'll eat some of my words. I don't know. We'll see. And but once you get out there and you're trying to spot and stalk in those little hills, it's so hard because I mean they're cruising. Yeah. And it's morning, so they're not bedded down anytime soon yet. And so like you get to a hill. We got to the first one and didn't see him. So James sits down to start glassing, and because I get there after him, before I could even sit down, I think I sat and I didn't even get any stuff out, and I look up and I see him hopping over the hill set next across the little ditch. I'm like, there they go, James. And he's like, all right, pack up. So I had no break, nothing. It was just like, get back up and go. And once you get to the bottom of those, sometimes they're not. A lot of them right now.
Thick.
Thick.
There's oak, yeah, for sure.
Oak everywhere.
The bushes are thick, like the chaparral bushes are.
And James just pushes through them.
Yeah, you got.
And I'm over there like kicking the bush and cannot get my leg to go through it because they're so intertwined together and dead. So like I am trying. I think I told James there's a scene that'll come out when this video comes out of a previous stalk. And I don't know if it was before or after. I don't know at this point now in this trip, but we went through some stuff that was so thick. I got to the end. I was hollering to Jesus. I was like, I think I could have floated and swam across that brush. It was so thick. Yeah. Well, I could barely push my way through it. And so he's just cruising through the brush. And I'm over here like, did he go this way? Did he go this way? What's the best route? So like 10 minutes later, I'll get up to the next one to him. This time I actually did I get to sit down?
I don't know.
I think for like a second. And I think this time it was long enough for me to just get the tripod out. And James goes, I see him. And he's looking through the vines. I'm like, where? He's like, over there's building there. Before that, a couple hills. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, all right, let's go. Jesus. So it's nonstop in those little hills. Like if they're cruising, you're cruising. Yeah. And I was tuckered by the end. And of course they're kind of all seem to still be hanging out with other bucks right now. It's a little early. So of course I hate the smaller bucks. When you're with a bigger buck and they're smaller ones, I hate them. I hate them all day long. I'll shoot them, but I hate them. And this one just had us pinned down so far away, and it was, you couldn't do anything about it. It wasn't settling down, so that didn't pan out ultimately at the end. That was that shot I was telling you about that. Yeah, things happen. But,
yeah, you've had a bit of a rough go this trip. Should we maybe dive into your rough go?
Well, that's one of the rough goes. That one, I'm going to say it was far. It was very far. I won't tell you how far. Unless James caught it on camera and it gets said in the video, then you can go watch it there. But I will say I was happy with that shot. He was a little quartered away, but it landed right underneath him. It would have been good, but he had stepped a little bit after James had ranged, and at that far of a distance with only 51 pounds makes anything past 60 starts making big differences, per yard. So I was okay with that one. I wasn't as bummed. Then the next one I was more bummed about. I'm going to say we're a little overbowed right now. We just switched to a brand new bow, brand new strings, so they're a little tight. And what's confusing me is it is the exact same poundage that I had on my last bow. And it feels
It's just because it's a different draw cycle. So anytime you switch bows, the draw cycle is going to have like a learning curve to it. And although
I haven't learned it.
Yeah. I mean, and even though the Core SR and the Virtue are quite similar on draw cycle, they may even have the same cam. It's very similar. It's just going to feel a little bit different, So I always say like a bow can have a very easy draw or a very, very like harsh draw. And either way, over time, you'll get used to it. That bow does not have
like a harsh draw.
It does not have a harsh draw, but you're just not used to it yet.
Stiff as all get out. So I'm over here doing back bends and somersaults to get this bow back right now, which is crazy because in the shop I could draw it. When we went out to your practice range, I could draw it. I drew it for a ton of shots before I finally had James step in and help me with the last few. And I don't know if now I'm just like scared of it or something, but like, or I'm not putting in effort. I don't know. But it's tough. So then we got to opportunity number 2, we'll call it. And there'd probably been multiple opportunities in between that one and this one, but this one was like a real opportunity. And I jump out of the vehicle because we were pounding a lot of miles in the truck. And
I love it.
And I jump out. This one goes smoother. Like, I range. Apparently, I must have ranged. He walked a little away from us, but he was super close to begin with. So I was like, I've been getting used to the fact, like, I don't need to range the animal. If he's standing right next to or right behind a bush, like a small one, you could just range the damn bush. I thought I ranged the bush, but this grass is so damn tall out here, I must have just caught enough blades of something that I got 10 yards less than what he was. So I got 40, and James got 50, but he was in the truck filming, so I did not hear him. I mean, he was...
Brianna just has no filter out.
I mean, you know what? Whatever's legal. Like, if the law is to step 1 foot off the road...
She saw I'm stepping 1 foot.
I'm stepping. Now, does it say, I mean, FOOT, does it specify the definition of foot? Like, do I just need to get 1 of my feet off the road?
Small feet.
Or do I have to step 1 legal 12 inches off of the road? It doesn't say. I'm stepping off the road, though, but nonetheless.
Brianna is such a liability to bring anywhere. I'm telling you.
You are a major liability, you know that.
Nah, I'm following the legal law of the land.
I don't disagree.
Anyways, I don't hear him say 50, and the wind out here it's good. You won't hear it in this video because James will tune it out, but it's ridiculous. It's redunculous. I don't hear him say 50, so I shoot, but I probably shouldn't have shot because he started moving. So I hit nowhere near him. It was one of those, like, just trigger instincts where, like, you panic because they start moving, and so instead of letting go, you just punch the trigger.
People do that.
Yeah, I do that. I did that. And so he trots off, goes down a ravine and back up, and then just proceeds to stare at us for, like, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't leave. So that was a nice sporky. And by nice, I mean he was very little. But he was legal. But... So he lived another day, and then there's opportunity number 3 today. We'd been cruising yesterday in the evening, heading home, and there's an area we'd seen 2 pretty nice fork and horn bucks in, but way out in some very thick stuff. So we're like, there ain't no getting these things. We attempted to. We made about 5 steps, and they went bolting. And they were like 100, it was 104 yards away to my range where they last were. And you just see them go bolting. And then you hear like the crashing, the braking. I was like, James, you hear that? That's what we just sounded like to them. No wonder we didn't make it in. But so we were around that area again today. And on the left side was 2 little fawns. And so we were stopped looking at them. And I go, where's your mama? And I turn and look right because there's a little ravine ditch on the right side of the road. I'm like, she's going to come up out of that and cross the road with the babies. She is not what came out. 2 forking horns come up out of the ditch. I'm like, I froze. And I go, James, do not move. And I go to get out. And they were calm. The bigger one kind of like, he walked off, but he's just walking, like no care in the world, didn't look at me, nothing. I'm paralleling now on the side of the road with the smaller one. It's just not giving a care. It stops broadside. Gives me time to range. I range it 32 yards, put the rangefinder back away. Then it comes time for the draw. I mean, it was obnoxious. So bad I knocked the arrow off of the rest. I was like, the reason I knew was because I felt metal on my finger, and I looked down and it was the broadhead cutting my finger open. And so I'm like trying to save it and not have to let down so I don't make as much movement. I'm trying to push it back up, but with this new rest, the whale tail sits right next to the thing. It doesn't touch it, but like you have no room to bring your arrow up and around. So as I'm shoving, I'm just cutting my finger more because I'm shoving the broadhead, not the arrow. And so I have to let down. And as soon as I let down, he turns and, ass away from me, or to me, walks away. But they walked away so calmly that like James tried grunting at them. They just didn't stop, but they gave no cares. Like they weren't alert. They weren't scared. So we watched them and they walked over to this bush and we're like, well, we'll go try again. This time I noticed James brings his bow with.
He's so tired. He is. I'm tired,
And I was like, look, buddy, hand me the camera. Like, I'm done. I'm fired. I'm out of the game. And he's like, no, Dad, this is it. He's just, I'm going to stand right here and you're going to go finish it. I'm like, okay, all right. So I walk off on my own to go stalk these things now. And James I think he stopped at 53 yards away from this bush. And I kept going. And it wasn't as loud as yesterday, but it was still loud. And it wasn't super windy, so I was amazed. But I got all the way up there, and I eventually had gotten onto like a little deer trail, so it got a lot quieter, and I think that's what saved me. And I got up there, and I was sure that these things would not be anywhere near this bush by now. The stuff's so tall, those deer could leave, and you'd never know it.
Mm-hmm.
But, nope, there were his antlers right above the bush that I was too short to see over. I was like, just give me a little bit of body. If I could see a little bit of body, that means I could shoot through that brush. That's all I need. Couldn't see anything. But James being, 10 inches taller than me, 6 foot, of course, 6'1", because I'm 5'1", yes. Tall enough that he would have been able to see over that, and his bow is faster, pulls more poundage. He could have shot through and put it down all day long. But no, so I fumbled the racehorse again. Instead of just standing still while I could see his antlers staring my direction, I'm like, and then I realized that like my side cover was up and I didn't flip it back on my rangefinder pouch. So then I'm like having to fumble hands to switch the bow over to flip it open and stick the rangefinder away.
Hot mess.
It was just an absolute disaster. And so after I'd ranged him, he was still staring, but by the time I put it away and looked up, his antlers were gone. I'm like, okay, he's behind the bush. So I drew. It's like all I was hoping is that he was just going to come out the side of the bush and I'd be able to shoot at about 25. He was at 22. And he just went straight away. And but he went to another bigger bush, and it's like, oh, okay. James started coming up. I'm like, James is just going to get a shot. He's going to be able to shoot a long bomb and just put this thing down, and we'll be done here. Like, we can have pops tonight at the steakhouse. And no, I guess he said he ranged it. It was 120, and he didn't feel like launching that out of Forky, so.
At anything, I ain't shooting that far. But Brianna, she leaves rules at home. She not a big rules gal. Give me, Vince, your 1 to 10 review of Brianna's hunting after hearing this story.
Effort, a 25. I give you that.
That's all that matters, I'm out here in these streets. I'm trying.
She's all different zip code. No rules apply.
She's unbelievable. But Brianna is 100%. If I ever get canceled, it's gonna be because of her. There's no question about it. Yeah, I'm such a rule guy. It's ridiculous.
But I'm following all the rules.
Yeah, she is actually. I mean, technically following all the rules.
I am. You guys just have some wild, wild west rules out here, but
It is the wild, wild west sometimes.
yeah, this is
You need to learn a filter.
Nah. What's the fun in that? It is fun out here though. You know, like you get your own little section of kind of privacy in all of California versus the rest of us peasants out in the public lands. But it's fun that you have a diversity here in what you can do between tree stands, or you can spot and stalk, glass, road hunt if you want to.
She's so heck yeah.
Yeah, big fan at this point. It's the only way it's going to get done. Actually, I tried twice. That still didn't do the job, so I don't know.
I'd say probably 80%, maybe more success rates probably done from the road out here, I'm going to say.
I mean, road hunting happens in all states. Don't matter if it's Utah or Arizona, Nevada, anywhere there's a lot of roads. It's something that exists. And it doesn't mean it's easy. Well, you still, like, there's hard parts of road
I
hunting.
think it's hard.
But
in a sense, like, is hard.
I'll keep the mic.
Okay.
You talk.
It's harder in a way because I think you can have more opportunities. Hold on.
You can definitely cover more ground, and I
You
think
can
that's why I
cover more
like,
ground.
like it.
There's more opportunities when you catch them off the side of the road because there's, you know, you're going to see more because you're covering more ground. But when it comes to like the final moments, I don't think that every opportunity you have is as likely to be successful as a spot and stalk or a tree stand sit because they're already alert now.
Yep.
They're staring right at you. You just kind of have to hope that they're in that sense of alertness, that they're still confused, because once that's gone, they're gone. And so, like, probably 60% of the, or more, honestly, 80% of the road hunting stalks, you could say, like where you actually get out of the vehicle, are not successful because they blow town.
Yep.
But it's fun because it kind of gets you on your feet. It gets you to like move quickly in those final seconds, which I struggle at immensely. My stalking skills, fantastic. My closure skills, not so much.
might as well just have Brianna do a solo podcast here today.
Do all the talking.
No, I told. Well, anyway,
You
Vince.
said you didn't want to
what's-
talk as much.
Yeah, but we have a guest. You got to involve the guest. You know.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Here's what we'll do. I'll crash Zoom just on Brianna for most of the time. What is your favorite style of hunting? Like out of, sitting, road hunting, spot and stalk. What's kind of your favorite? Still hunting?
Yeah, still hunting's good, but I'd say like my favorite is probably, I guess you consider it spot and stalk with a bow would probably be. And then like with a rifle, I like to just get somewhere and just sit. Like I'll sit till dark. And I like to just
Same spot.
Yeah, same spot, just sit. Because a lot of times, I mean, those deer don't move till the last 5-10 minutes of light anyways, So if you can just sit, I already have everything all set up, and I'll just sit, glass as much as I can, look at any little nook and cranny, any little pockets of trees that you can see through. Especially some of the areas that I like to hunt out here, it's super thick. And all you're going to do is catch a window of movement, and that's your chance to shoot that deer or whatever you're going after, So I'd say just getting up somewhere high, sitting, glassing.
It is so true. Like that first or last little bit of light is always it, Especially for the more mature animals, wouldn't you say? Kind of
exactly.
tuck up longer,
Yeah.
unless it's rut time.
Yeah, then that kind of goes out the window.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've sat and watched bucks, like bigger mature bucks. They'll get up out of their bed or whatever, say they're in like a little canyon, and they'll stand there for 20-30 minutes and not move until like it's completely almost like you can't see anymore.
Wow.
And I think, that's why they're so big, right? It's because they're not moving out when someone can see them.
No.
That's what we were talking about back in some of that big country. It's like it's so immense. You know that there's some lunkers
Oh, yeah.
back there, but they're rarely seen because there is so much land and topography. I'm sure in any one of these giant canyons tucked way down in there or way up in there underneath a big thick thing of bushes, just chilling. They're hot, they're heavy, they're not these little tiny forkies that can just run for miles. They're carrying a bunch of weight. So like they bed down for hours and just they're happy little campers just like that. I'm like, what I'd give to see one of those lunkers just decide to mess up,
Well, even like that big fork my dad shot a few years ago, that big heavy boy, I took a shot at him, missed. He takes off running, goes up this hill, makes it about halfway, and he's gassed. Mouth open, tongue hanging out, and he probably went another 50 yards and just bedded in some thick brush. And it was like almost cresting over the hill. My dad's like, oh, I think he went over. I was like, he didn't go over. He's in that brush. And sure as shit, we kind of like still hunted our way into it. Like he'd go 50 yards, I'd go 100 yards, and we just keep kind of incrementing our way past each other. And before you know it, that bug stood up, and that's how I shot him. That bug was in that brush.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But he was gassed going up.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen how big the country is. You're
huge.
And you're carrying all that weight running up them hills.
Ooh.
He was done.
That is something.
Out.
Mm-hmm.
That
I was
is.
like, I don't think I'd like to walk any of those. They're massive.
Did you go to that spot I told you last night? Down south? Between those two zones?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's some big stuff in there.
Oh, huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's tough with a bow.
Yeah.
Right down there.
Yeah. No, one thing I like about your guys' hunting area is the diversity of the terrain, right? I mean, you can hunt flats, you can hunt thick stuff, you can hunt wide open stuff.
The beach.
You can hunt the beach, you can hunt oak trees. Like, there's all sorts of different types of terrain, which I think is pretty cool because if you can learn to hunt every single one of those types of terrain, effectively, that's going to help so much when you go hunt like different new states or new spots or whatever. Because you've experienced a lot of different pockets, and that's one thing I think is really cool about here. But what is your favorite like terrain to hunt, like terrain type?
Terrain type? Out here, I'd say like the thick oaks, and then probably as you go further south, some of that big open country.
Ooh, yeah, I do like that stuff.
But with a bow, I'd definitely say like the dunes and stuff. It's just so quiet. It's just, you can get, we've gotten into like 10 yards of pigs just because you can sneak on through that stuff, and you're not making a whole lot of noise. And then if you have good wind coming off that coast, you could jump on them if you really wanted to, if you're sneaky enough.
Aren't pigs badass, dude? I love pigs.
I love pigs. I love hunting pigs. And then, especially if you're trying to get good with the bow, like that's what I've been focusing on a lot this like last year and the tail end of last year, or this year and then tail end of last year, was getting better with the bow. And I think a lot of it comes from your stalking skills.
Oh, yeah.
So
totally.
doing like here, pigs are year round. So you have a lot of opportunity to get better with the bow. And so that's why I was on I don't know if you've seen a lot of the videos I was watching with all the pig stuff, but I was
like, man, they must be slammed up there.
Yeah.
Because he's posted nothing but pig content.
I was probably going out, I'd say every day, if not every other day, just looking for pigs and then trying to find spots that, I haven't hunted too much before that had pigs. And then every chance I had, if I had a good opportunity to go in the bow, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Tell me about your bow setup. Give me arrows, the whole breakdown of your bow. Have you changed anything
No,
this year?
I'm still running the Ventum Pro, running the Easton Axis arrows.
5.0s?
No, just the 5mm.
Yeah.
Still 5mm.
Yeah.
But the old man's got the 5.0s. I think we should talk about this. Can you switch brands? Like if you're been a loyal Hoyt guy forever, and then switch over to Matthews, can you do that?
I know he did do it. He told me.
Is that allowed?
It's barely allowed.
That's what I figured too. But
He said it took him a while to get used to the old lift, but now he loves
so
it.
now he loves it. He's been out slinging them and getting pretty good with that thing. Give it to him.
Yeah, he told me he'd been just friggin' dropping dimes at like 120.
Yeah, he does a lot of. Well, you saw the range, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's improved a lot. So now they have the big block targets too. So
Oh, I love it. The range is nice.
sending long range shots, you don't have to worry too much. I mean, if you miss that block, I mean, there's some other
I
problems.
want
you
to
know?
scoot in.
Were they hay bales behind?
Just hay wells before, so and our arrows like 90% of the time they're blasting through the hay
Yeah.
bale, you know.
Yeah,
And
the
I'm-
blocks.
then you're hitting the wood.
The blocks are nice.
Yeah, the
Oh
blocks
boy,
are
let me
nice.
tell you, those blocks are nice. I'm excited. Tomorrow, you text me and I said there's a few tasks I would like to get done while we're here.
Mhm.
Despite being cooked, I want to get a few tasks done. I want to get Brianna a deer, which has proven to be the most difficult task.
Yeah.
I want to do that one. I want to
That was a questionable one.
do a pod with Ryan, which we got that done.
Heck yeah.
I want to do a pod with you. We're getting that done, even though basically a Brianna pod. But we got that done.
Talk about all my, it's, not my problem that it is kind of my problem that, my deer stories just happen to there be a lot of them.
Yeah, it's true. I told her at least she's getting her money's worth,
That's true.
And then I said I wanted to go to the steakhouse, which I'm very excited about. We've been talking about it all day. So excited. Haven't been since the first year we've come. This is our 4th year, so it's been a while.
Really, the 4th year?
4th year.
It's only the third.
No, it's 4th year.
Who third?
4th year. Well, think about it. I shot a buck my first year.
Oh,
I shot a
that's
buck
right.
my second year. I did not shoot one the
Last
3rd year,
And
and
this
then
year.
this year. So it's 4th year.
Damn.
But I can't wait to go to that steakhouse. And that was task number 3 of 4. And then the last task, archery range, baby. And we got how many guys? 5?
5 so far.
And there's-
Unless you wanted some more to come.
And there's 20 targets, correct?
20 targets.
So I think if we have 5, that's actually perfect.
Okay.
Is that total?
Yeah,
Is that
so-
including me and Brianna?
Yeah, so it'll be us or you two, and then myself, my dad, and Ryan.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. 20 targets, right? I think we do my favorite game right now, the elimination game, right? So basically you shoot 4 targets, add up the scores, lowest person booted out. Then you move on, the scores go back to 0.
Same
Next 4, lowest booted, and then eventually you have a champion on the last target. It's the best.
on it.
Oh, it's the best, the playoffs.
I usually
The
go.
playoffs.
Actually, not usually. Every time I've gone out first.
Hey, I probably might beat you on this one.
Actually, it might be 5 targets. Actually, no, it'll be 5 targets if we have 5 of us. I think it'll be 5 targets, and then someone will eliminate it. That's my favorite right now. So much fun. So I'm thinking maybe we do that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Is that the last video you just put out? Was that same way?
Yes.
I think I watched that last night.
Oh, it's the best, dude.
Yeah.
That format's the best. Especially for like 20 targets.
Frustrates a lot of people when playing, just because
Oh, you get worked up, dude, when you feel like you're on the bubble.
No.
you could be hanging in there, like Joey, is hanging in there. He's actually shooting really good, and then he just had a span of targets he did absolutely ass on,
Because you
Yep.
only have a few.
and he got kicked out. There's one. Is that the one where he shoots over the ram or whatever?
Yeah, dude.
He straight
just
he throws his head over, and the temper tantrum did not stop there. Like all the way from there to the next target, he was yelling that he's done shooting today. He was already out, but like you could just shoot for fun. He's like, no, I'm done shooting. Like he was pissed, and so that's how the game works. Though, like it is what it is, and my score ultimately, I go out first, but I think I had like the 3rd highest score overall on the course. So it's like, if you just start off ass, like you're out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you end with.
Did
You're
you
just
pass
out.
between a hinge and a thumb release?
So one time so we shot Pennsylvania tack with him. I want to say he shot 5 releases over 4 days.
Oh no.
Joey's he's a legend, dude. He shot like 2 or 3 different thumbs, couple of hinges.
I'll have to bring that release that I just picked up. I think middle of last year. Have you ever seen that? It's like the TJ Scat release.
No.
It's a hydraulic, so it's on. I don't want to say it's a tension, but it's a timing based.
Oh.
So as soon as you let go of the thumb, the hydraulic and it starts closing, and then it opens up.
Huh.
So then it releases it.
I never tried it. Do you like it?
I use it for just basically, what do you say, like target panic, like getting rid of that, just making sure hold the pin on there, and then it just goes off. All you do is let go of the trigger, and then I guess it's almost like a tension release.
Does it
where
go off the same? Is the timing the same
timing's
every time?
similar, yeah. So you can bounce it in between anywhere from like 1 to 2 seconds or all the way to like 8 seconds.
So,
So as soon as you let it go, 8 seconds and then it goes off.
dang, I'd never heard of something like that.
I'll bring it tomorrow and you can check it out.
All right, I'm down to try it. So yeah,
It breaks like a surprise shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all you're doing is just holding it back and waiting for it to release.
So your whole objective is just hold that pin on there.
yeah.
And when it goes off, it goes off.
How has your journey as a content creator been going? Tell me, have you been having fun?
Yeah,
That's the key.
I enjoy it. Meet a lot of cool people, talk to a lot of cool people. I mean, the power of social media is pretty insane. All the guys you get to talk to and gals and whatnot. But channel's grown. I've been having a pretty good couple months, especially as we roll into season. Pumping out videos, or at least more long form stuff. But I think the last time I was on with you, was that last year or early last year?
Yeah, at the house.
I think I was at like 1,500 subs, and now I'm like 33 somewhere in there.
Yeah,
It's growing.
that's great growth.
Yeah.
That's great growth. I love to hear
Got
it.
to keep the train going.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's fun. And I like that your guys kind of crew up here. You got making content, Ryan doing his podcast, and then the other dude, I don't know his name. I think he does a show as well. Hunter.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just kind of a few of you doing like different stuff. I think that's awesome. The thing is, there's never too much content. You know what I mean? Like, people can choose to watch or not watch something. So, like, it doesn't matter if there's more. Or, like, so I always think it's cool when people do something, even if it just starts as, like, a side thing or a passion project. You never know what it'll become. And as long as you're having fun and a good time, send it. I think that's why it's cool. You all have, like, a conglomerate of guys doing different stuff. I think that's really neat. Because when did you start the channel?
I want to say 2021, 2022 maybe. Somewhere in there.
So 3-4 years.
Yeah.
It's a good run, dude. It's a great run. You've had some good videos. I watched the one where you shot that buck in, I don't know what area, something.
Oh,
California.
G6, my late season deer hunt.
Yeah, and you squeeze off the shot, and then there's no round. That was
There's only like one person commented on that. They're like, the most impressive thing about that whole video was the non-flinch when you pulled the trigger and it didn't go off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so glad at least somebody noticed. I thought the same thing. I was like, what the hell? This thing's not going off.
Yeah.
And I just remember because it was my dad's rifle and we had his set up for that distance. And he handed me the rifle once we got down there, and I thought he already had one in there, and he didn't put one in there yet. So when I went to squeeze it, it didn't go off because there was no round in the chamber. And then I was like,
It's impressive.
Yeah.
You did regroup nicely.
And he's like, well, that's the biggest thing too, especially when you're in those high, pressure, high intensity situations. You got to keep it together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, shit's gonna go sideways real quick.
You got to keep it together. You hear that?
Yeah, I don't do that too well.
Some ice in the veins.
Yeah, James and I, we get a little testy.
I don't know about us, but
I believe if we went back to January 2025 javelina hunt, Arizona, and we put up an unedited version of all of the background commentation being had while Ted and I are attempting to get javelina.
let me tell you what happened. So we're in this group of javelina, right? And I'm like, I'll just, we'll let Brianna shoot first, obviously. So, bro, we get in here and stalk in. There's a whole group of javelina right off to our right. And then they start to filter in front of us, right? And I'm watching one go by, two go by, and she's not doing anything. She just
go by.
And then before you know it, the whole group pretty much gone. So then this last little trickler comes through. She draws, farms it right off a branch right in front of us, and you hear me go, "Oh, jeez!" I'm blowing a gasket behind the camera. So then we regroup, we get her on another one, and she looking at these like javelina coming from the right through this little window, and I'm filming from like 10 yards back, and I'm like, there's one right to the left. Like, just look slightly to the left. And, dude, I mean, this one was standing there for 2 minutes like a 3D target, bro. And she just would not look slightly left to see it. Finally, she gets a shot at these other two she'd been looking at, right? And my dad just waiting in the wings, right? He ready to go.
He's already ready.
Oh, he ready, right? So Brianna shoots, she hits this one, it goes down. My dad, and I do have this on, he goes and like runs a few steps, yard sails over a branch, right? Just like stumbles over this branch. And I'm like, jeez, look, that wolf is still standing there. This subbitch didn't even move, bro. It's still standing there like a 3D target. I'm like, Ted, there's one right there.
Relations. And there was one like right in front of it. Mine finishes its relations, and I put it down. So he went out peacefully, but the other one just never left. And Ted was watching this whole thing take place. And I think he just was preparing. So he had eyeballed what he was going to go for, and that's where he went. But it turns out he couldn't shoot from the direction he was trying to go, so he comes running back, and James is like, what are you doing?
Bro.
He used some lesser kind words, but basically at one point in the recording, he goes, I'm hunting with a bunch of idiots.
I was fired up.
It was,
And then I proceeded to hit one a little bit low, and I ended up running through the desert for like a mile to get it. I'm literally sprinting, bro. Like, dude, it was crazy. Javelina hunting is undefeated. Have you done it yet?
What do they call them? The God's gift to bow.
Oh yeah. Have you done it yet?
I haven't. I
that's a
missed
mistake.
the window because it's usually like the second week of October, and I thought it was later. And so I go to check. I'm like, okay, I need to. Cause I'm telling my dad we need to at least try and shoot one, collared peck rate. Just it's fun, right?
So yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good opportunity to hunt with the bow as well. Missed the deadline.
Are you gonna do it this?
I'm gonna try it this year. This year I actually have it marked on my phone.
Nice.
This is it.
Let him cook.
Yeah, a week before. So I'm like, okay, I need to do this, get it done, and that way we can. Because we see them all the time, man. They're everywhere. I feel like
You see a lot of
I
them.
see a lot of them.
That's good. That means you're glassing well.
So
That's what that means.
And it's like you see one, you're like, what the hell is that little thing over there?
And then you see,
and
like,
like go to the ground, and it's like, okay, there's one. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And you just start picking them out, and like, dude, these things just sink, come up out of the earth.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they're like
You
like a gnome.
crazy. And when you like stalk into them, especially like it's just like pigs, but like pigs on steroids.
Yeah.
Like when you stalk in and the wind is good and you can get in quiet and right in there with them. I mean, I say like pigs on steroids because like they're constantly grab assing, like they're fighting with each other nonstop, like they're hoofing at each other, and like one will go to eat the same prickly pear that the other one's eating, and it'll get mad at it, and then it'll go running around. Yeah, it's just like, so then you get all amped up because like they're all amped up, and so like now you're freaking out, and then like once one just gets an idea that you're there, but they don't leave, so like they'll circle around you like freaking a pack of wolves, but blind wolves that can't really do much, and try to sniff you out, and they're just like,
You can call them in too.
Oh yeah, you hit a.
Is it a predator call?
It's like a varmint call. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen guys do that. I'm like,
I have one.
Yeah, you hit that squeal, and
and
sometimes
then they just run in.
sometimes yeah,
That
sometimes
gotta be tough with the blow. You have that thing just barreling in on you. You're just like,
they do barrel in too. Oh my goodness, those things run like a bowling ball.
As far as finding the one that's sitting still is like half the time the hard part.
I think you'll very much enjoy
do it
hickory
stink
hunting.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's what is it? Just one big gland.
Yeah,
in the back.
they smell a little bit like a skunk, but like a little different. Oh, Brian almost got blasted by a skunk right in the kisser on this trip.
yeah. 5 feet away.
I had to
He
like,
was ready to go. Tail up. I was like,
oh yeah.
skirt.
Are you seeing a lot of them right now?
We always saw one skunk.
Oh, yeah. Like this time of year, it's like sometime during deer season. I feel like I see a lot more skunks than normal. I don't know if it's like they're breeding.
A lot of coyotes.
There's a shit ton of coyotes.
I tried to.
Did you see my post
No,
with my buck that I just shot?
no. Oh yes,
The
yes, I
knowledge.
did see it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was crazy.
Insane. That was maybe 8 hours
Gone.
gone.
And like they didn't leave anything.
There was
Nothing.
nothing but the head.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. But
I was so bummed out.
oh yeah,
I'm
that's a
still
bummer because the
bummed
meat's
out.
so
Yeah.
good. The meat,
That butcher.
the deer out here eat so well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still use that same butcher?
Yep.
Or they still?
Yep. Just dropped Anthony's buck off.
We have run out of that meat. Probably a little while ago now, but we sparingly used it because I loved it
So good.
so I have never, and I don't think we'll ever find another butcher as good as him.
No,
It's nice because he's like, I've been back there when they're prepping it all up and they're cutting the jalapenos.
Oh, you can tell, yeah.
Yeah, it's all fresh.
See it in the bag,
the
like-
cubes of cheese. It's like
The meat is amazing. It is very expensive, but it's very good. Very, very good. I mean, you're literally going to pay probably double like a normal butcher, but I think it's worth it almost. Like, it's really
The
good.
price of butchers have gone up though. Like by us, he's probably pretty dang comparable now. And like, no,
No. No.
Did you get boned out though, or was it not boned out?
Quartered.
Quartered, so you didn't bone it out. I think that's probably where, because usually because off these deer you get 30, 40 pounds of
You bring boned out.
boned out.
Maybe I'll do that this
And,
time. If I
it's usually around 150 to 180 bucks, somewhere in there.
With how much jalapeno cheddar?
Whatever that comes
I had
out
like
to.
40 pounds or
Yeah.
something.
So you probably did it all as
that's
jalapeno said
probably
it.
what it was because ours was double. It was 300. But it was
No, it was like 250 something.
Yeah. So
yeah. But
yeah,
it's
that's about
boned
because I think
it's boned.
boning out it's like maybe $1.50, $2 a pound
Mm.
just for him to do it.
Yeah. So maybe that's what I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, it was worth it. It was really good. But anyway, with that being said, kind of a roller coaster of a pod. I did thoroughly enjoy it. Vince is the man, so go check out his channel.
Appreciate it.
Definitely check it out. Link below. This episode, who do you want the sponsor to be on this episode?
The sponsor is gonna be Badlands.
Badlands Gear. Badlands Gear.
New to the show? Or?
New to the show. Team BD will save you money. Badlandsgear.com. Bino packs, backpacks,
You have to show
camo.
me some of the gear after this.
Oh, for sure, sure.
Yeah.
That's the sponsor of today's show, along with boning. Still the best 2
I
inches
like
in the
that.
game.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, it's fitting for me.
Same.
You know.
2-inch hammer, baby.
Also, thanks for coming on the show.
Appreciate
Give
you
me a
guys.
quick 1 to 10 rating on how excited you are for supper tonight.
A 10 solid.
Let's go.
I've literally eaten the smallest amount of lunch today. Knowing we're going there, I'm
Same.
gonna eat a lot. So
What about you? 1 to 10.
10 out of 10.
Us. Couple of rookie scores. I'll go a 9-8.
nice.
A 9-8. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out Vince's channel, Mesa Outdoorsman. It'll also be linked below. Check that out. 5 stars, Spotify, Apple. Subscribe to the YouTube. And hope everyone enjoyed Brianna's show.
Go Bree.
Yeah, good job. Great pod.